insane scandal. Everyone at Willow Heights knew Rob. He was the principal's son, and honestly, he was kind of a ghost. Like, he'd show up to class with his hoodie up, head down on the desk by second period. I sat behind him in algebra sophomore year, and I swear he didn't turn in a single homework assignment the entire semester. He'd sleep through tests, wake up 5 minutes before the bell, scribble some random numbers, and leave. But when report cards came out, Rob always passed. Not barely either, like solid B's and C's. Meanwhile, kids who actually tried were getting D's in the same classes. It was weird, but nobody really talked about it. He was the principal's kid. What were we gonna do? Junior year is when things got suspicious. My friend Jenna had a P chemistry with Rob. She told me he literally never showed up to lab. Like, their final project was worth 30% of their grade, and Rob didn't even have a lab partner. He just didn't do it. But somehow, when grades posted, he had a B+ in that class. Jenna worked her butt off every single day and got a B-. She was so confused she asked the teacher about it, and the teacher just got this uncomfortable look and said, "Sometimes there's extra credit opportunities she doesn't announce to everyone." That was complete garbage, and we all knew it. Senior year rolled around and college acceptance letters started coming in. That's when everything blew up. Kids who'd been grinding since freshman year started getting rejection letters from state schools. I'm talking about people in honor society, student council, kids with actual 4.0 GPAs. My buddy Tyler had a 3.9, perfect attendance, played varsity soccer, volunteered at the hospital every weekend. He got rejected from state. He literally cried in the parking lot. But Rob got in everywhere. State, the university, even some private schools. Kids were pissed, but nobody wanted to say anything out loud because his dad was still the principal, and nobody wanted to get in trouble. Then came senior awards night in May. The whole gymnasium was packed. Parents, students, teachers. They were announcing scholarships, honor roll, all that stuff. Then they got to valedictorian. Everyone knew it was gonna be Ava. She'd been #1 since literally freshman year. Perfect grades, took every AP class, tutored other students, ran like 3 clubs. She was sitting in the front row with her parents, smiling. The principal walked up to the microphone, and he said Rob's name. The entire gym went silent, like you could hear people's phones buzzing. Ava's face went white. Her mom stood up, and you could hear her say "what the hell" under her breath. People started whispering. A few kids booed. It was the most awkward thing I've ever seen. Rob walked up looking confused, took the certificate, and went back to his seat. He didn't even look happy. He looked scared. Ava was crying. Not like sad crying, angry crying. Her parents walked out right in the middle of the ceremony. The next week, Ava's mom showed up at a school board meeting with a folder full of papers. Turns out her sister worked in IT for the district, and she'd pulled backup server logs. The logs showed someone had been editing Rob's grades since freshman year. Not just changing 1 or 2 assignments, like completely overwriting final grades that teachers had already submitted, changing test scores, adding extra credit that didn't exist. And every single edit came from one account, a hidden admin account that only the principal had access to, and it was always done from his office computer. There were literally hundreds of changes, and it wasn't just boosting Rob's grades. He'd been lowering other students' GPAs on purpose to make Rob look better in the class rankings. The school board launched a full investigation. Teachers started coming forward saying they'd noticed weird grade changes, but were too scared to say anything because they didn't want to lose their jobs. One teacher said she'd submitted Rob with a failing grade, and it magically became a C 2 days later. Another said she was told directly by the principal not to count attendance for Rob because he had family issues, which was a straight-up lie. The principal tried to deny everything at first, said it was a technical glitch, but the IT logs didn't lie. They had timestamps, IP addresses, everything. He finally admitted it, but tried to say he was just helping his son who had learning disabilities, which also wasn't true because Rob had never been diagnosed with anything and never had an IEP. They fired him in June, escorted him out of the building in front of everyone. Parents were talking about suing. The district put out this whole apology letter. Rob's college acceptance got rescinded once the university found out.